Hey, what's up, Scorpio? We're going to go ahead and get into your reading. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I have prayed and meditated over your energy. Pre-shuffle is out, okay? Your energy is here. Person or situation that you're dealing with is over here. Overall energy of your reading is here. However, these two areas could be flip-flop because this is a general reading, okay? Don't pay attention to the signs too much, more of the energy in the storyline, okay? Because anyone can employ other zodiac signs. It just depends on the energy that they're in. But the overall energy for your reading is had enough, okay? Mariah Carey could be significant. The letters MC could be significant, okay? Then over here for your energy, we have Judgment with the Knight of Pentacles. Empress at the bottom of the deck. Over here, the Fool, Three of Cups with the Ten of Cups. So first off, it looks like this is pretty much self-explanatory. There's an energy here of being fed up, or yeah, basically being fed up here. This could be a parent-child relationship. This could be even a work situation as well. Family, love, platonic, business. But the storyline here is there's a need for you. You're making a judgment call here. So this could be a new opportunity here or a new plan that you're implementing and putting into action. Something that's solid, something that you feel as if will bring in positive results in the future. Because it looks like whoever you're dealing with over here, whatever the situation is over here, somebody is very caught up in going out, having a good time, not really having any plans. It's just a lot of fun, okay? As long as you're doing whatever it is that they want you to do, it's all well and good. And it looks like you're fed up. If there's like any ideas or any plans that come up, it's always in favor of this situation here, never yours. Okay? So you could be finding ways, if you're removing yourself from a situation, like a relationship, you could feel as if, you know, this person is just a little immature. They're always out to have a good time. And you could just feel like you need to separate yourself from that person and come up with a strategic plan to become solid, to become, stable on your own or apart from this situation here. It could be family too, you know, but it just looks like whatever you're doing here, you had enough of it. Somebody here is very foolish, very juvenile, childish. Someone here just likes to have a good time. And anything fun, okay? If they're not childish, it's just that anytime you move and you're not making any decisions here. Like I said, someone always has ideas and plans, but it's always based on what they like or their idea or whatever they implement here. And it looks like you just had enough of that. It's almost time for you to take a more of a selfish approach here. And do whatever it is that you feel is necessary to bring joy and happiness into you on an individual level, okay? But something solid here. You're definitely making a decision. Cross watchers, flip-flop it, okay? This could be a Scorpio. That's not in a high vibrational energy here. Um, something could be significant about like some sort of something to do with children as well. Or a group home or something. You could be planning to maybe open up or manage some sort of facility that has to do with housing children. Or like a group home. This could be mental health as well. Yeah, healing, mental health. Yeah. Some sort of mentoring. Looks like. Okay. But whatever this is, you're trying to cut off what makes everybody else happy and what's going to be in best interest for yourself and maybe your children or your situation here, instead of investing in somebody else's whatever this is. Okay. Let's go ahead and get into it. Judgment and Knight of Pentacles. Why is this here for Scorpio? Yeah, there's that just flopped out, but that's just a lot of conflict and fighting. Tell me more. Judgment and Knight of Pentacles. Okay, this wants to come out. Here we go with this card again. It popped out again. So there's a lot of fighting here. King of Cups, your energy here. The Four of Pentacles. So it looks like you could be holding on or saving money or saving or holding on to some plans here. You're keeping something to yourself and then you'll execute later. But with the King of Cups in the upright here, this tells me that whatever idea that you're implementing here for yourself, this is going to, there's also something here about being in your masculine energy. Whatever this is positive. The outcome is positive. So whatever idea this is, definitely move forward because it's going to remove this conflict here. Fighting and arguing, and like I said, there's too many people. There could be up to 5 people involved here. So you need to go ahead and venture out on your own. You could be, it might be wise for you to invest in some sort of financial planning or seek a financial advisor here. Or seek someone who can draw up some sort of business plan. Somebody who's in the field here to help assist you. But this is, like I said, this is more of a solo. It doesn't necessarily have to be solo, but this is your idea. This is what's going to make you happy. So whoever's on board to help you put these plans into action to be successful, you're good with that. You're just trying to avoid any fighting and conflict here. But this is ultimately what's going to make Scorpio happy. This is about Scorpio and Scorpio's situation and what's good for Scorpio, not anybody else. Okay? So yeah, you're being definitely being guided here to step up into your masculine energy. You need to employ more of the King of Cups energy than the Queen of Cups. Like, it's time to put your foot down, make a decision, and move forward. Tell me more. Why is the Fool here for the person opposite of Scorpio with 3 of Cups? Three of Swords, concern energy. Tell me more. There's heartbreak here, third party. There could be a third party situation here. So, I don't know, maybe something you've outgrown. You're just, yeah, somebody's selfish. This could even have, for some of you, worst case scenario, this could have somebody. This is somebody who seeks pleasures that you're just not, I don't know, maybe at one time you were okay with this, but you're no longer okay with these pleasures. Could be third parties. There could be something here about threesomes. Or being a third party in a situation, or having a third party's opinion. Somebody's greedy, selfish. See, somebody's selfish because while you're over here sharing and trying to make everybody else happy in this situation, they kind of like, they're in the 9, like it's all about myself. Somebody here is out for the best interest for themselves. They're really not about the best interest of Scorpio. It's what they want, and they're selfish, they're greedy. Prideful energy here. They really don't care about I don't know, or someone's unhealed from heartbreak and they just react out this way. Or they don't really care about breaking hearts here. Tell me more. Somebody needs to become single from you. Yeah, the Tower. Tell me more. Why is the Tower here? 2 of Cups. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Justice. Yeah, I don't know. This is the energy of they could be trying to, I don't, what is this? Somebody trying to tear, but it's somebody, you can have like a child or a family member who intervenes, who wants you to stay single. They don't want you to find love. A family member. Somebody here wants you to stay single. They don't want you to find love. They don't want you to, or find anything that you love to do. They don't want you to find your purpose. Doesn't have to necessarily be a person, but they may not find you. They may not want you to find your craft, your creativity. They want you to be attached to them. Tell me more about the situation Scorpio is dealing with. Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, somebody here, there's an energy here walking away from a situation here. It's, like I said, it could be children or family or someone from your past here. Someone here doesn't want you in your power, Scorpio. They really don't. They don't want you in your power. They want you to walk away from any love. They want you to be attached to them for whatever this is. Somebody wants you to stay stuck with them. And they do things on purpose here to create some sort of chaos in your love life, or hell, you could be I'll give you an example. You could be doing something that you really love. You could be painting or crafting something. Like I said, it doesn't have to be a person, but there's something that you enjoy doing that you really love to do, and they just come and tear it up. Or they come and disrupt you and bring in negative energy. And then things that you've like worked hard for that you really love is kind of put in the back burner, or they try and tear it up or intervene somehow. So you're not focused on doing the things that make you happy. Like, this is the energy that you're dealing with here. You're having to walk away from, you could be having to walk away from something that you really, from someone from your past, or castles could be significant. Tell me more. Confusion, the Hermit, Virgo. 8 to the 7. Don't go backwards. Because look, you go from 6 to 8, back to 7. So somebody here comes back. They're very charming. But see, you had enough of this, because whatever they do to disrupt your life, or whatever they do that doesn't align with whatever you have going on, they come and sweet talk you, and then you go backwards, and then you're confused, and then you're in solitude because you're trying to figure out. But in order to get away from this shit, you got to drop whatever this is. That's the only way this is going to change. You have to make the change. You have to decide what you're willing to put up with. Really is what this comes down to. There's options here, for sure. But are these options in your greater good, Scorpio? Yeah, somebody here is death, Scorpio. Yeah, there's an ending here. Some of you could deal with a death here, unfortunately. There could be a fear here of poverty, or could be abandonment issues here. Maybe you feeling bad about walking away from this situation. But I don't know. There's an energy here of enough is enough. All right, let's see what advice you have. Let's see what Bible passages you have moving forward with advice. Right here for Scorpio, we got 11. Page of Chalices. It says, Samuel, the boy prophet, the Lord came and stood there, calling as at the other times. Samuel, Samuel. Then Samuel said, speak, for your servant is listening. 1 Samuel 3:10. Okay, so definitely look into this passage here. That's advice for you moving forward. And that looks like that is it. Scorpio, that is all I have for you. Until next time, be safe and God bless.